So, driving home from work, beautiful, beautiful evening, great weather at the moment. Thought I'd just a little bit of an update on what's going on. Great thing is, which I'm supposed to be really happy about, is now my medication has been reduced again because of my numbers, my blood numbers, my natrium, and everything is pretty stable up where it needs to be. Meaning that my endocrinologist can let me say, well, you know, let's try reduce the medication again. You know, I presume that there will be a point where we have too venig, that's bloody German, too little medication and things might start going the wrong way, but that's what it's all about, testing and finding out what does my body need to work properly with this disease, this whatever it's this. But to be fair, it beats you the fuck up. You know, putting on weight all the time. For somebody who's always sort of done sports all their life and not being able to, I mean, I get like 8 and 9 holes in on a golf course, and that's about it. I tried to play golf yesterday and tried to do the 18 holes. I mean, it's not 18 holes. It's like I somehow managed to walk around the 18 holes. I didn't play golf for 18 holes. That's hard. That's hard. If you've been doing it for 30 years to a certain standard and expecting a certain standard, that's really annoying. That you're not really allowed, and then physically you can't do it. You know, I've asked if I can take some of my supplements for get more strength and get back into fitness, and no, not right now. Not right now. Not while we're still trying to figure out which tablets and how much of the tablets do we need, and it sometimes feels like, to be fair, it's almost like a guessing game. I'm not saying the doctor's guessing. I'm not saying that by any way, shape or form. I mean, you know, he's sort of my lifeline to what's going on and how we go around these things. And I had a bit of a problem last week. I got a little bit of I had a really bad throat. I thought I had a golf ball in my neck. One of my glands really swelled up because of the sore throat, and I got a really bad cough. I mean, deep. I was coughing from out my stomach. And then I just got to double my medication for a few days until this starts to ease away, and then I go back down to the normal medication that I'm on. So that for me is a bit like, you know, backwards and forwards, like almost even though it sounds like I can't trust my own body to deal with coughs and colds anymore. Certainly not on its own. Eyes have been a bit funny as well. Since the medication has gone back down again, I need my reading glasses again, which I haven't needed for the last couple of months, which is quite amazing, having had reading glasses for the last couple of years, thinking that shit, I'm getting old, my eyes are getting worse, and then getting on this medication, and then all of a sudden seeing, oh, I can read again, I can see the sharpness of small letters. And then to see that this is sort of dwindled now in the last sort of 2 weeks, and things aren't quite as sharp as they were. Stomach. I think I'm pretty sure my stomach must be fucked, or my elementary canal, or whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it works. Sometimes for a couple of days it doesn't. Pretty sure that's got to do with being dehydrated all the time. Woke up the last 2 days, and then I've actually had the last 2 days, strangely enough, I've actually had fluid in my mouth when I've woke up, so some sort of certain saliva in my mouth, which I haven't had for months. I hope that's a good sign. I hope that's a good thing. Don't know though. Don't know. Like I said, I played golf yesterday, and I don't really call it golf. I can stand at the ball, look at the ball, and start swinging, and all of a sudden I can't see the ball anymore. In certain situations, to certain things, my concentration, my focus, just seems to be all about ass about face. I keep asking about it, but I don't really get any answers to why that is or how that is. I'm pretty sure we just put it down to the medication. Had a couple of, they're not dizzy spells, but I had to stop a moment just to gather myself. I had a couple yesterday, and one of the lads who I play golf with, he noticed yesterday, and he asked me about it, and I said, well, yeah, you did see it, you were right. Doesn't seem to be a serious thing, but it's something that pisses me off for months. The reason and it's one of the reasons why I went back to the doctors, which then led to the MRI scan, which found out what was in my head. Well, a brain, first of all. But then the Addisons disease. I'd love it at some point if that disappeared, you know. I'd like to have the clearness of thought and clarity of thought. I had a golf lesson on Saturday. I had around 30 people to, let's say, entertain. Never played golf before in their life, so they get the whole game of, you know, golf was created, or golf. We found golf in Scotland, and it started off with two farmers. And, you know, they get the whole, you know, sold to what golf is and where it came from. And I like to talk about the philosophy of golf, because golf can bring you so many different things. It's not all about getting a ball in a hole with the least amount of shots. It could make you a bit fitter. It could bring you to different people, where you have then a connection to different people. You know, meet somebody to talk to, chat with. You go out for a regular walk, which maybe you would not have done. There's so many things which golf can bring you. But so I'm teaching these 30 people, and a couple of times I realized I'd started a sentence, and I'd got somewhere in the sentence, and all of a sudden I just thought that, well, what's the sentence all about? What was the reason behind starting the sentence? Funny enough, I had that today as well. I was talking to somebody about something, and I got lost halfway through. And that's very infuriating. You know, you have an idea and you think, okay, I'm going to converse this idea. Now, halfway through conversing the idea, you forget what was the idea. That's stupid. So I suppose I'm going to put that down to the medication as well. Makes sense. It's not me. It's got to be the tablets. Look at this. Look at this. That's incredible. Just driving home and look at that. Sort of snow-capped mountains in the distance. Incredible. But I suppose I shouldn't complain, really. You know, I didn't play 18 holes, but I got round 18 holes, and I suppose I should be really happy that my medication is now down to the low that it's at. I mean, pretty sure it's not a lot of medication that I'm now taking. Certainly a damn sight less than it was, and that has to be a positive thing. Has to be a positive thing. That my body is still collecting water and I'm almost at an all-time sort of high. Has to be a positive thing because my medication's at an all-time low. Yeah, and this all sort of reflects where my head's right now. To be honest, it's a fucking struggle. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there with a lot more challenging things than what I have. I know that. I think that's one of my saving graces, that I do know that, you know. I've worked with people like my brother, Down syndrome. I know that it can be this, it can be that. People who've lost limbs. I teach people who lost limbs. This chronic disease is a lot worse than what I've got. I understand all that. For the majority, I'm pretty sure I'm doing great. Just don't feel that way right now. And I suppose that's also part of the journey and the mental health journey that you get things thrown at you. You get days, you get moments, you get things. I mean, I know I've got to stop. It's difficult. I've got to stop jumping on the fucking scales. I don't know the point. Why do I go every evening and every morning on the scales, hoping for it to be all of a sudden lower? It's not going to get lower. Not right now. Not yet. I know now. But why go on the scales? It's fucking stupid. It's me being stupid. But it's almost like you're trying to grasp some sort of normality, or hope that there's some sort of normality, or getting back to normality. Now, how can I ask for normality when I've just been diagnosed with something and I've only been changing medication 4 or 5 times over a period of 3 months? I mean, what a fucking stupid response that is, to expect wonders and miracles, even though you know it's going to take a certain amount of time. It's going to be a trial and error. Some days might get worse, some days might get better, but we try and find the balance. We try and pair it all up. Well, just easier said than done at times, I suppose. So, I don't know. Find to talk shit at times. So, try and get the spirits up. Really hope I don't need to buy bigger trousers. That oh, please, don't want to buy bigger trousers. I've never had bigger trousers since I was 18 years of age. Could be time. Anyway, like I say, I know there's people out there with worse things to do, and I wish everybody the best that they can do. I'm just trying to be honest that it's not all cut and easy. It's not, you know, we all have dark moments. We all have down times. The struggle is real at times, but let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Just keep waiting for the doctors to get to where they need to get to. Take the positives as much as you can and work on those. My medication is low. Great. My body's still working good with the lower medication. Great. Gotta stick to that. So, have a good evening. Gonna go home and now and see my lovely wife and my beautiful daughter. That's gotta be something great. That's gotta be part of one of the best evenings that you can have, and I'm lucky. I get that every single night I get home. I'll see my beautiful wife and my beautiful child. Take care. Good night.